Hello, Tima. I am 40 years old. I've been married for 7 years with no child. My younger sister is 35 years old now. I live outside the country with my husband. When I was young, when I started life, I had this boyfriend that I loved so much. Tima, I met him in uni and we dated for 10 years. Throughout the 10 years, we had 6 abortions. And anytime I get pregnant, the only true friend I had was my younger sister. That's why I always confided in her. Since she's a nurse, she would bring me a drug and I'll take. Then in a few minutes, we will see my menses. Because it's always in the first few weeks I find out. So I thought no cause for alarm. I didn't even see it as an abortion since the babies were all not formed. Tima, in our 10th year of dating, my boyfriend left me for another woman. I was shattered, but I got the pieces together and I met my husband. That very month, my ex left me. A friend invited me for a mini drink up and we met. He showed so much interest in me, so we started getting along. I realized he didn't live in Ghana, but was on a holiday. I kind of liked his vibe, so we exchanged numbers, and unfortunately, he was leaving in 3 days. So I visited him and we had sex and the bond started. Tima, I loved him so much that he made me forget all about my ex. When he returned outside the country, we used to talk every single day, on his way to work and on my way to work too. Our time zone was different, but we managed to keep in touch always. Always. Fast forward, in 6 months, we were so attached to each other that I had no option than to break the news to my sister and mom. They were super happy I finally found someone. Tima, we got married after a year of knowing each other, and trust me, I've never regretted marrying my husband. He moved me to his location after 2 years, so I've been with him outside the country for 5 years. Now, this is where the story begins. Since my sister is a nurse, my mother convinced me into trying to move her to the country we live in so life would be better for her too. Tima, I love my sister so much, so I did. Initially, my husband didn't like the idea, but I convinced him, and finally, by God's grace, we were able to move her to join us. Tima, as I'm talking to you, my sister is pregnant for my husband, and the worst of it all is my blood sister told my husband about my 6 abortions and even said that's why I can't get pregnant. Tima, me myself, I've been to hospitals with my husband, I've been examined, and they all said I'm okay. So I was just waiting on God. Now, my mother, the woman that gave birth to me, says I should leave the marriage for my sister and look for another man. Tima, all seems like a dream to me. Oh my God. My husband wants a divorce and I just don't know what to do. My sister lives in my house and my husband has moved to the guest room to join her because he says he needs to be with her. I feel like dying. Please help me. How can my own sister do this to me? What do I do? Hey, this world is so wicked. Hey, assembly way the just say,